Good morning. So, last session we just checked whether we just studied on the definition of multivariate dependency and fourth normal form. This is a small example to identify whether the given table is having a multivariate dependencies or not. Okay. This was actually a given problem in some of the exam. I've just pulled it. Consider the following table. The above table has multivariate dependency as department multi-determines job, department multi-determines part, both A and B, and none of this. I just have to pick. It's nothing but if it is multi-determines, according to our definition, then it should be, the answer should be C, right? So how do you think it is multi-determines? There is two ways. One simple way is if you have understood the multi-dependency, multi-value dependency concept, then it is very easy, right? What should be the condition? First, let me write the condition. You know that department should be multi-determines job and department should be multi-determines part. So that means what? One department should have more than one job. So see, you can see one department have more than one job. Right? In the same way, one department can have more than one part, P1 and P2. D1 has P1 and P2. Now, when I combine this complete into a single table, I will have a redundancy. How is that? So department has two jobs, J1 and J2, J1 and J2, and each J1 has two parts, right? Yeah, okay, see, each J1 and each J2 has two parts. That means we have just done that. This was our redundancy check when we saw our multivalue dependency, right? If this is there, then directly you can say the problem is C. But if you have got this problem in an exam, then you have to prove it directly. You can't just pick it. You have to prove it. How do you prove? We need to prove with respect to the definition of MVD. What was our definition of MVD? Definition of MVD. What was the definition of MVD? If T1 of X is equal to T2 of X, then I have to follow the set of constraints. What was that set of constraints? Then that was T1 of X is equal to, if T1 of X is equal to T2 of X, then it should be equal to T3 of X. I'll just erase this. T3 of X, which is equals to T4 of X. If all these four tuples are equals, then what I have to prove? Then T1 to T3. The second column, T1 of Y should be equals to T3 of Y, right? T1 of Y is equals to T3 of Y. And what is the left one? T2 of Y should be equals to T4 of Y. Fine. What is the next condition? Next, the first attribute to third attribute. Now we will go to first attribute to fourth attribute. Z and T2 of Z is equals to T3 of Z. Now, I need to check this, whether this is available. So you need to check, write the condition and then prove that this condition is satisfying. So how many tuples I have? So T1, T2, T3. In order to solve this, I need to generate. So now just like this, I will write it in an order T1, T2, T3, T4. Actually, as I've told you, without writing a condition, how to be found out whether it is multi-value. But if it is a theory, then you have some marks for this, then you have to write this constraints. So if you want to write this constraint, then you have to show that T1, T2, T3, T4 tuples are there. Now, what is my second note? Now, first condition is proved. What is my second? T1 of Y, this is X, Y, Z. T1 of Y should be equals to T3 of Y, right? Should be equals to T3 of, is that equals? No. So that means I should see to that I just have to rearrange the attributes, right? So that means my T1 and T3 should be equal, Santandre. Then see these two are equal, right? So then what I should change now? I should change T1 and T3. Second should come T3. Next should come, okay, let me write T2 and T4. Now let's check now. T1 of Y is equals to T3 of Y. Yes, T3 of Y is correct. T2 of Y is equals to T4 of Y. Correct. Now I have rearranged my tuple in such a way that my second condition is actually going for true. Now let me check the third one. T1 of Z is equal to T4 of Z. T1 of Z is equal to T4 of Z. No, it is not true. What is a T4? It should be matching this P1, P1. So that means this I should make it as 4. Make it 4 and this make it 2. Now the order comes T1, T3, T4, T2. Now you check, everything will be satisfied. Reorder the tuples and then see to that you check this condition and then it proves. When it is in a theory and you have got a, what I can say, exam. But in a competitive exam, so directly as I've told the first method to check, that will be better because it will be fast. Thank you.